So you managed to find the field in the end then, Luke? Do they not just drop you a Google Maps pin round here, or how does it work in Norfolk?
It literally is a Google Maps pin, but the funniest part was, I was like, well, I've never been down that road in my life. I don't even know where we're going, and then you sort of look and you go, all right, yeah, I'll be fine, we'll get, And then you look and go, yeah, it's all right, there's a tree there, it's fine. And
you can't scratch the newest harvester in the county, Luke. That's a bad reputation to have.
I wouldn't be very popular with anyone. I know someone's got to be the first one to put the first scratch on, but I'd rather it weren't me.
Right, Matt, well, you've managed to hide for 2 years, but I've hunted you down now. Time to do another video.
Welcome back.
So just remind everyone, Matt, what is J. Riley's and whereabouts are you based? It's a fair base you've got here. I've never been here before.
J. Riley Beet Harvesters UK Limited. We were formed in 1993 by Jeremy Riley. So for the last 30 years, we've been the sole UK importer for Vervaet machinery, which you kindly did a video on the factory, I think, a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
So predominantly sugar beet harvesters and the Vervaet trikes and Vervaet quads, so for the slurry equipment as well. So we're a team of 20 people based from Attlebridge in Norfolk. We've got a workshop facility here, spray shop, and the parts department as well. So sales, service and parts are all done from Attlebridge in Norfolk.
So what have you got going on here at the moment then this time?
So we're currently approaching the end of the sugar beet season. Some machines are already finished. In season, our engineers, we're sort of obviously in-field breakdowns and servicing and et cetera. And then in the workshop, we're producing parts. We make a lot of our own parts, refurbish some gearboxes and bits and pieces, just as a service exchange. So it keeps the guys busy in the season as well as when the machines start rolling in the next few weeks to start overhauling used machines that are sold for the next season. So it's a continuous loop. Used machines come in, refurbish, go back out, new machines are sold. And it's just it's one big sort of cycle.
And what's your job, Matt?
So I'm managing director here, but I focus as well on the sugar beet harvester sales. I'm dealing with the new and the used beet harvesters, and then I've got a colleague who handles the slurry equipment as well. So
you're a busy team then.
We're busy. We're a small, close knit team, but we are we're servicing over 180 Vervaet machines up and down the country. So we are. We're a busy team, and what the whole team achieve is I'm very impressed.
So the main reason we're here, Matt, is because you've got a new bit of kit fresh out the box for 2025.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that machine.
So since 2017, Vervaet released the Q series, so the Q616 and the 621. The 621, although this is the prototype machine you saw in the field, the 621 isn't necessarily marketed in the UK. We predominantly market the 616 with an 18-ton tank. So that machine was released in 2017. There was several sort of small updates and evolutions along the years, and then this year we've had a big revamp, let's say, on the Q series. Production machines for this year have got the new Gen 3 lifter, which is the Combi free topper, and the Gen 3 share unit lifter. So there's two options there. You've got roller bed or turbines. The machine you saw has got the roller bed lifter.
Are you finding operators prefer the roller bed to the turbines, or what's the story there?
It's really, from Vervaet's point of view, it's another option to offer. It's personal preference, really. The turbines still very much have a place, and the roller bed very much has a place, and we purely offer it as an option. So whether the customer prefers turbines for perhaps a simpler solution, or the roller bed, you know, for their conditions, it could suit them. So I suppose the biggest difference with our roller bed machine compared to anything on the market, we come off of 7 rollers and go onto a turbine, so you've got 4 turbines rather than the other machines are 7 rollers onto a transfer web, and that does make a big difference. The transfer web is sort of can be the Achilles heel for the owners and the operators. This year we'll have small changes as well. We've done several things on the hydraulics. We've gone to a closed loop hydraulic system for the depth wheels that just brings a lower working temperature for better machine cooling. So there's lots of small things the Dutch have improved. Probably the biggest change on the Q series is a new Class X11 cab. That is the biggest change on the machine. You'll see Luke, our chap on the machine in the field, sort of went through that.
Luke, what is your job within J. Riley's, and how long have you been here with them?
So I've worked for Riley's for just over 3 years. Sort of my background is mainly from operating side of things rather than mechanics. So I've been involved with sugar beet for probably, give or take, the last 20 years. Sort of worked with several different contractors. Sort of, I don't know, had a family.
Yeah.
wanted a bit more of a life, and was interested in the mechanical side of things. So Riley's were looking for service engineers, and I applied, and they were kind enough to give me a job and on-the-job training and stuff like that, but then with a mind to me doing the demos as well.
So what is your job role now then? What mainly do you do?
Mainly, sir, I am service engineer, both on sugar beet and the slurry. So I've been fortunate enough to be involved with building the Quad XL slurry machines, but also helping with development of these roller beds. I joined just as the roller beds became an option for Vervaet.
So you get a nice trip over the water every now and again then?
I haven't been for a couple of years, but the last time I was there, I think I was there a month.
Oh, right.
But, you know, but it's lovely. They're a lovely company. You see the Vervaets themselves, and they stop and come over and have a conversation with you, and they know you, they know your family, they, you know, how are your sons, you know, how old are they now? And it's just a wonderful, Riley's and Vervaet is such a wonderful place to work, because you are a person. You're not just a
That makes
number.
sense, yeah. So you had a lot of homework to do when you first came working here then, if you've had to learn your way around all those different machines.
Yeah, I suppose at the same time when I joined, it was the roller beds just come out, the new lifter frame had just come out, so I was kind of on an even keel with everyone else. I was able to learn along with everyone else, so it's probably the best time I probably could have joined.
So last time we saw you, you were sat on a previous Q Series machine.
Yes.
And now you're out on this.
The new generation.
The new generation. Times have moved on a bit.
Yes, yeah, there's some things that haven't changed as such, that compared to the last machine you saw us with, you know, fundamentally the topper is the same, the lifter frame is the same as what you'd have seen previously, the roller bed. Sort of our biggest change as such that people would see is the new X11 cab that we're sitting in now. So, you know, we've got more room, you know, we've gone is the radio and that about here.
Which you always used to bump your head on.
Yeah, which always used to headbutt or smack the microphone for the radio. So that's all further back. We've got the new interface, but people who are perhaps used to the newer class machinery, I guess I would say, you know, they've probably seen this cab already on other class products, but
so this is a class cab then, is it?
Yes, yeah, everything, basically everything on it bar the screen, I believe is class.
And what are the main changes with the cab then compared to the previous one?
So the main change is what people would see on here compared to sort of even this year's production It's predominantly a different armrest. Customers will probably be relieved to see that they're keeping the old type joystick, so the controls on the joystick have not changed. So someone getting from a previous Vervaet into this should be able to hit the ground running, and all of that has not changed. The differences are on this area here. On the old machines, your depth control would be on 2 toggle switches just about here. They have now moved across to here, so you've got depth control left and right. The topper wheels used to be able to flick a switch and then have independent topper wheels on this. The independent topper wheels are now moved to there as well, but I don't know, it's a Marmite situation. Some people like to just use the topper wheels together. Other people, side hills, prefer to use them independently. So whether that'll take some getting used to for some people, I don't know. The armrest has slimmed right down compared to previous machines. Again, this being a 621, which we don't tend to see any of in this country. People normally go for the Q616 or the Beet, the Evo 625. So some of these buttons, I guess, may change with a 616. The reverse switches have all moved to this armrest, so you can still reverse your steel wheels, your 7th roller, your roller bed, your turbines, your ring trace. Everything is reversible compared to perhaps some of the other manufacturers and that is standard, whereas with the other manufacturers, I know some of them you must spec them from new and it can't be retrofitted. Another big change that people, customers would sort of realise, see now is gone are the pressure switches that used to control the automatic tank unloading. So with the Vervaet previously, you'd start the elevator dropped, pressure dropped below, I think it's 180 bar, the short floor would kick in. When the pressure dropped again, then the long floor would kick in. Now Vervaet have brought out the tank unloading, is now done proportionally. So as soon as the elevator starts, the floors also start, but they start slow and then build up speed. But as you speed the elevator up, the floors speed up as well. So it means a more even flow on the elevator. The elevator is always full and should make unloading quicker as well.
And tell us a bit about the screen then, because is it right the software's been upgraded as well?
Yes, so software's been upgraded. There's a lot more sort of things in the screen. Your home screen is still the same. People will have to forgive us at the moment with this being a prototype. It's only in Dutch. I wish I was fluent in it, but I can barely speak English, so we'll just see on. But there's a few changes, a few sections, different sections, obviously to do with the tank unloading. So bunker now, you have this section here for the tank unfolding, but you also have an emptying screen and a filling screen. So that is all new to the older machines. This machine is fitted with the Vervaet weigh system, which we've got, I think, a couple of machines in the UK with the weigh system on. So again, that's that section there telling us what yield we've got. So according to this, we're doing round about 85 tonne a hectare.
And what's your personal opinion on the new cab? Do you like it?
I do. One of the biggest things I'd say is where you and I are now. The previous cab, if we were sitting here together and I was needing to steer, I'd be elbowing you in the face probably, or I'd be having to tuck my arm in and steer. Whereas now we have got a little bit more room between us, which is nice. We seem to have more visibility through the top of the cab, so it seems, I don't know if the cab is any taller, or I think there's possibly more glass, less plastic, but it feels a lot more, that there's a lot more room, but it's so much quieter as well. Really, really quiet in here. And even the new armrest, obviously I've been used to this armrest in our quad slurry machines, so it's not a whole alien concept to me, but I was interested to see how Vervaet would implement the new armrest with the beet harvesters, and I think they've done actually a really good job of it. I was sceptical to start with when I heard the depth control had moved, but in actual fact, with how good the depth control is on a Vervaet now, you don't actually go for those switches a whole, very often. But when you do, it falls to hand quite nicely. I like the new mirrors as well. We've got 3-piece mirrors, so you can see the top of the tank, obviously the middle, but also down, which for road moving is lovely. It is a completely different animal on the road. Gone are the days of you hit a hill and she slows right up to almost like a crawl. Now with their new drive software, the machine just keeps going. You might drop 2-3k, but even I'd noticed just moving it on a few road moves, I had to ask if something had been done differently, because it was nothing like even the newer machines I'd driven. And they said, yeah, the drive system or the drive software is completely changed, and the transmission is so smooth as well. You've got the switch on the back of the joystick, as current Vervaet users will know, takes you from 30k to 40k and back down to 30k. The change between 30 to 40k and vice versa is so smooth now, it's you hardly feel it.
Is the new armrest user friendly? Is it easy to get used to?
Yes, I got used to it within a couple of hours, so hopefully the more experienced operators who are spending countless hours in here would soon get used to it and actually like it. Another nice function is when you start the machine up, first of all, to get anything to work, you need to press the start button, or you used to have to press the start button on the screen. Now it's on this yellow switch here, and you flick it one way to obviously activate everything, but if you want to do any work on it, deactivate it, you push it away from you and all the controls are deactivated, so the machine is safe. Previous models, you would have to either hit the emergency stop or you'd have to push the start button for quite a while till the red box went out and then the machine was safe. That's a massive plus. But as well, just the storage, you've got storage behind the seat that you never used to have. You've got numerous cup holders.
It's all the little things.
Yeah, the little things. I'd say, other than the aesthetics, the stickers, stuff like that, the sort of colour scheme, the first things people see, but yeah, the biggest thing is this cab, but what an improvement it is, I find.
So overall, Matt, it's not just a pretty facelift.
No. There's lots of small changes which will benefit the operator. The lifter also has 6 new potentiometers, so the automatic steering is slightly more consistent and slightly more accurate. So there's lots of small changes that are beyond the cosmetic changes. It's not just some new stickers and black wheels. That is, there's quite a few changes from the ground up.
So just run us through the main 2 machines that you supply from here.
Two models we do, the Beet 625, so the 6-wheeler machine, also the 925. I think you saw Ed Plowright a couple of years ago running one of the 9 rows. That would be the one of the products is 625, and then the Q series, which you've seen, the revamped machine. So the Q series is the most commonly sold beet harvester in the UK. Last year we had good sales success, and we've already got some machines sold for this upcoming 25 season. So
obviously J. Riley's has grown over the years, Matt. Where are Vervaet within the market for these sugar beet harvesters?
Yeah, for a number of years now, Vervaet have been market leader with new and used beet harvester sales. The new harvester market in the UK, split between 4 manufacturers, is somewhere generally between 15 and 20 machines. We have the sort of stronghold on that at the moment. We've this season we supplied 11 new machines, and then with the used machines and the 2 and the 3-year-old machines, we fully overhaul, send them back out. We then trade in 5, 6, 7-year-old machines, fully overhaul them, send them back out. So sometimes one machine will bring 2, 3, 4 machines down the chain. So we, altogether we supplied 33 beet harvesters through J. Riley's this last season, which is one of our busiest years ever, to be honest. So with each new machine we supply, or used machine we supply, we can tailor the specs to suit each customer. So like I said earlier, the new models will have the Gen 3 topper and lifter. We've then got the options. The biggest options are the roller bed or the turbines. Then in smaller details, we do open-ended turbines or closed-ring turbines, depending on your conditions. Sort of beyond that, now as standard, Vervaet have made the first 2 turbine gates hydraulically adjustable from the cab. So they're adjustable. You've got a gauge just over to your right-hand side that you can see the positions. Beyond that, you can have an option to have all turbine gates hydraulically adjustable, but predominantly most people are content with the first 2. Tyre sizes, predominantly every machine in the UK supplied on Michelin tyres, 870 R38s on the front, and then 1050 R32s on the rear. We can offer Ultraflex Michelin Cerex bibs coupled with tyre inflation system to drop your pressures, to give a better footprint in the field and trickier conditions, which we've seen in recent years. So that's slowly becoming something in the UK, whereas predominantly in Holland most machines are spec'd with that, but that's slowly coming here, and a bit more demand for it. So Riley's are sort of notoriously known for used refurbished machines. So Harry Skeet, the workshop manager, has sort of headed up our team here for 22 years now. And we work as a team in 2 teams in the workshop in the summer. So we'll bring a machine in, have it cleaned within an inch of its life, do a full appraisal on the machine. That appraisal will then be tailored to the customer's needs, whether he needs a full refurbishment or whether he's doing lesser acres, 1, 2, 300 acres, and we tailor that refurbishment to that customer's needs. So then the machine is completely stripped down. We can then offer paint work on the machine, so full resprays, front end resprays, sub-assembly resprays. So you'll see our paint shop. We've got a very talented man handling that, Zoltan, who carries out our paint work. And then we reassemble the machine, send it out for a sort of final run-up, a snag check as we call it, and then anything we spot in that is finally done before a final valet. The machine's sent out to the customer. Machine supplied with warranty depending on the customer's deal or acres. So yeah, we have quite a well-run workshop with the overhaul process. So also you'll see our parts department. So we supply parts throughout the UK and into Ireland, sort of overnight. So we have around £1.6 million worth of part stock here, predominantly sugar beet harvester parts, along with a slurry part stock as well. 99% of the time we've got the parts needed for each each breakdown or each failure, and then our service manager and parts manager couple together, get the parts sorted, and each engineer is then deployed wherever that machine breakdown may be. Wearing parts, we make our own turbines. You'll see in the workshop we make our own turbines. So for a turbine machine, that's obviously quite a commonly used and bought part from us. Tungsten shares, we supply tungsten shares from here, obviously. Customers are then refurbishing depth wheels. We resell depth wheel bands rather than a full depth wheel like some other machines do. Flails, scalpel knives, so yeah, you name it, we have the parts here, and if for any reason we're caught out, as you know, we're a 3 or a 4 hour drive direct to the factory. So, you know, our philosophy has always been keep the wheels turning and the customers happy. Every machine will break down. It's quite often how we and Harry and the service team react to that breakdown and keep the customer moving, essentially. So. Also recently, Vervaet Connect has become standard on new machines. We can retrofit it to used machines as well. That helps our service team, Harry on the Beet harvesters, Stephen on the slurry machines, to see remotely what the machine is doing, whether the machine be, you know, wherever it is in the country, we can access their machine, see live data, go into diagnostics and sometimes troubleshoot the problem from a laptop, and that can save a journey. It can mean just a part dispatching overnight, or it means we know exactly what part we need to take to get the job fixed. So
that saves a lot of time and money for the
it
operators.
Does for the operators. For us, it streamlines the sort of troubleshooting process as well. And it's something that's gradually increasing. So the more machines that are sold, the new machines, the more machines that have that telematic system on, and it's something that will just gradually increase.
And on average, Matt, what do these machines cost to run?
It varies on conditions. Obviously, somebody in a sandy, stony area compared to a black fen soil conditions would vary on their maintenance and running costs quite considerably. Fuel consumption on machines will vary anywhere from sort of low 30 litres per hectare to sort of 39, 40 litres a hectare, depending on the conditions. As an average, machines are harvesting, depending on road moves and everything, they're harvesting around 1.2 to 1.6 hectares an hour. Some of our machines, we've got a customer sort of has harvested in excess of 4,000 acres with one machine. So it's from the middle of September to the end of February, or the Newark sugar beet factory will close 18th of March. So for a 5 to 6 month period, they're bringing in a lot of hours and a lot of tons, and so the machines for
what they're achieving an hour, the running costs are actually quite sort of low,
relatively low, and coupled with, like I said earlier, we supply some parts to refurbish some parts rather than sell you a complete new part, so we keep running costs down. We understand, low running costs for you mean more profit for you, and hopefully results in more machines sold. So
thanks for having us out again, Matt. It's been nice to catch up with you all, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of those new Q Series machines dotted about the country.
Hopefully so. Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Okay, that's fine, as long as you're happy.
I'm happy if you're happy, right? Unless there's anything else you want to...
That's absolutely fine. No, there's half an hour there, so I'm happy with that.
Half an hour there, blimey. Didn't realise I could talk that much. I won't watch it because I hate my voice.
Everyone says that.
I hate how I think I sound and how I actually sound are two different things. I think I sound not too bad, but when I actually listen to it, I think I sound like Mr. Bloody Bean. so